Well, welcome Northeast Missouri Angler. I'm Dennis, and today I'm doing a little catfishing down on Mark Twain. I got some running water from a rain, and supposed to get more rain starting tomorrow morning, so a couple more inches. So I'm hoping they'll be feeding. I'm using cut shad today, and I've got some chicken, shad chicken. I even brought worms and stink bait, of course. So I'm gonna put out some shad, some stink bait here, see what I get going, see if channel cat are at least feeding. I'm gonna put out a couple pretty good sized baits, try to get into a bigger blue. Yeah, the water temperature is only 54.20, so it's kind of cool still. It's kind of cool rain, so I don't know if I'll bite or not. But if not, I brought the crappie rods. I'll pull out and put in somewhere where I can catch some crappie. So stick around and see what I catch. All right. Right at noon, exactly, 11:59 and 59 seconds. I'm gonna give this about 30 minutes. If I don't have a bite, I'm gonna try to find a different spot. This is a place I've caught them before here when the water's running in. I'm in South Fork. Done pretty good here in the past. But this year's been kind of different. What it is on the right hand side of the boat, it's about 21 foot, and that's the main channel. And then about 10 feet on the side of the boat, it's a drop off, and it comes up into a flat. And it's where the boat is, straight up behind the boat, it's around 11 foot. And then on the left hand side of the boat, where I got the first one over, it's only about 5 foot deep. And there's a bend up in front of me, and I'm just on the other side of the bend, and there's a flat, points over there, and then there's this big flat out here. There's another point over here to a little end cove. And it seems like it comes around that corner, that current picks up, and just kind of dumps everything right in here on this flat. And a lot of times when the water's running, it's pretty good. But we just had moving water about 4 or 5 days ago, and over the weekend, last weekend, it ran for about 2 days. So it's been about 3 days since there's running water in here, and it's running again today. So I'm hoping they're back to feeding again. A lot of times when this water runs in, they'll feed real good for about 24 hours, and then they just won't eat for a week or so. But it's just hit and miss after that. If you get about a 2-week period between rainstorms in the spring, when the water runs, and then about 2 weeks later it'll get a good rain, and it runs again. A lot of times you come out here and just hammer them in that rain, especially the channel cats. But the water temp's perfect for catching big blues, and I'm seeing some fish moving under the boat. So there's got to be fish moving around. It's just whether or not they feed. There he is. Oh. I don't think he's big enough to get that big shad in his mouth. Pulled that one down pretty good. Got a 12-aught hook on there. You got to be a decent one just to get the hook in his mouth all the way. Come on, pick up. Move about 50 yards that way over in that shallow. These other rods aren't doing much. I'd say he pulled the bait off. About to find out. No, he didn't pull it off there. He just... Yeah, it's a smaller fish. You can see where he took the skin off of him. He wasn't big enough to even get the hook in his mouth. I'd say that was probably about a 20-inch fish. Small channel, something like that. Pick this piner pole up. Move over where it's shallow. I think I'll do a little better. Still got the bait on there. They pulled it off. I bet it's a small fish again. Pull the bait off, small fish. Might have to downsize it. Oh, look at this. we go. It's a good fish. Oh, it's a good fish. Take and drag. It's a big fish. My net's all the way in the front of the boat. Wear him out. He's right here. That's where it gets dangerous with them. You're gonna lose them. It's usually right here. Oh, he's going under the boat. Get back here. Okay, he's wearing out now. Get out under that boat. Big fish. Get away from that power pole. That hooked real good. So hard by myself. He's in the net. He's in the net. He's in the net. It's a big fish. This is a real big fish. Oh, wow. Here we go. Lift him up. It's a pig. It's a pig. It's a pig. Look at that one. Oh my gosh. 33.4. It's bouncing from 32.7 up to 35. Had it pretty stable. 33.1, 33.7 there. There we go. That's what I wanted. Look at that. I'm more slick. I'm too old, too fat, out of shape for those. Catch too many like that. I just about ready to leave too. And slime all over me. I've been slimed. I'm always got to wash my coat. Got my coat all slimy. I know when I normally hold fish, they don't look that big. I just got him weighed. Just under 33, somewhere between 32 and 33 pounds. I'd say somewhere around 32.4. I'm gonna pick this up. Keep in mind, I'm 6'2", 270. He's a big old boy. Yeah. Oh, he's mad. Oh, I can't hardly hold him. Try to get a hold of him for a good picture. There we go. That's gonna have to work. Good one. I only got 32 inch bore because anything over 26 inches to keep in Mark Twain now. And I don't keep anything over 30, so I just got this board. They're measuring by their side. Right there's 32 and a half. Close the tail. Another 6 inches. Roughly about 30, 38 and a half, 39, somewhere in there. It's a good fish. What do we do with these biggins when we catch them? Like I said, the rule of thumb in my boat is over 30 it goes back. So what are we going to do? We're going to turn him loose here. I'll do it right here where the camera can see it good. Spin the camera around. Alright. Oh, he's getting alive. There he goes. Bam. Gone. After catching that, you see I threw it back. Okay. Here's the thing. Mark Twain now has a law passed this year, anything 26 inches on flatheads or on blue cats before you can keep them. But here's something to remember. That was a big fish. That fish is gonna spawn. It's healthy fish. I had him out of the water for about 10 minutes here, taking pictures while I videoed. When I set that fish, as soon as his tail hit the water, he was ready to go. He started spinning and carrying on. It's a good, healthy, good breeder fish. And it's a trophy for a lot of people being that size. My feeling is on the reason how come they put the length limit on them is there's a lot of juvenile blue cats and flatheads and not a lot of big fish. Okay. The length limit will help get those juvenile fish, give them the best chance to reach that 26 inch limit. Which if you look on the Missouri Department of Conservation, 26 inch blue cat ranges anywhere from about 7¼ pounds up to about 8½ pounds, depending on the time of year. Okay, so that's going to be good, but it's going to be a few years before you'll be able to come out here, I think, and catch, just your average Joe come out here and catch a full 5 fish limit of blue cats big enough to keep right now. Same way, flathead's even harder. Those big fish, if you want, everybody wants to catch the monsters, you know, the 40+ pound fish. If you take them 30 pounders out of here when you catch them, you probably aren't going to have them. That's the thing. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't keep them. I mean, everybody to each their own. But if you want a chance of catching them big 40-50 pound blue cats out of Mark Twain, you better be throwing back those 28, 30, 20, 25 pounds and up blue cats. There's not as many of them in here as there was 25, 30 years ago. Used to be, you'd see people and hear about people catching big, 40, 50 pound fish almost daily. Now you hear about it once every other week if you're lucky. So we need to conserve them big fish. That way somebody else, maybe it's your kid or your grandkid, they'll have a chance to catch them fish. Because if we're just taking big fish out, that's all we're going to have is little fish. We're not going to have any big fish eventually. That's why I turn them loose. Now, I'm not saying everybody has to do it, and I'm not preaching everybody, yeah, turn them loose. To each their own. It's legal to keep them. If you want to keep them, that's perfectly fine. But my feeling is on it, if you want a chance to catch that 40, 50 pound blue cat, you got to put back in 20 pound plus fish, and keep the ones from 26 to 30 when you catch them, or even 31. Keep those 10 and 15 pounds. My thing is, once they reach about 15 pounds or so, I just soon turn them loose and keep those ones around that 10 pound range. That's just my opinion. But if you keep all the big ones, all you're going to catch is 10 or 15 pounders. You got to turn them big guys loose if you want 40s. We just don't have the growth season they do down south, so it takes them longer to get that big. Not to mention, when you dress them, it's like dressing an old boot, especially if you're going to try to skin it. It's just a lot better, in my opinion. The smaller ones eat better anyway. Turn them big boys back, that way somebody gets a trophy. Well, if that was you brought your 8-year-old grandson or son out with you, and that fish is here now. He has a chance to catch that fish. Or if I'd have took it, he wouldn't have had a chance to catch that fish. But yeah, I did what I wanted, catch a big one. I'm not after catfish to eat. I've got some at home, so I'm not after eaters today, eating catfish. I just want to come out and catch a big one.